What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 10-7 show with Tyra, Tara, Goose, and myself. I hope y'all remember to move y'all clocks up because y'all might be, if not, y'all might be looking to watch us an hour from now, but we on right now. So make sure y'all tell everybody that y'all know that we on right now because they might be missing it. Because I was in the car thinking I'm doing well with the time change because I'm good. Not realizing I didn't even
realize you wasn't good.
Yeah, I didn't change the time in the car. So I was like, oh. No. So, but welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's been good. Still feeling good off the Eagles Super Bowl. I feel like I need to mention that like all the time.
Absolutely. To the next Super Bowl.
Exactly. But I like to start up the show by asking everybody how they been. So, folks, how y'all been?
Amazing. No complaints. Not one.
Yeah.
Everything's great. How you guys?
What she said.
Hi, Sheena. Hi, Tanya.
Hey, Tanya.
What's up, Tanya? What's up, Sheena?
Yeah.
Don't forget Miguel. Miguel said,
Oh,
what's up?
Miguel. I'm sorry, Coach Santa.
I didn't even see that.
Shout out to Coach Santa. So we got a fun little show for y'all today. You're gonna be doing something. How you been? Did you say anything?
Oh yeah, how you guys? What the world?
Okay. I'm going back to work.
Oh, honey.
Oh, I'm crying inside a little bit, but I'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be okay. You just gotta get through them emails. That's all it's got. Get through the emails.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It's gonna be half your day anyways. You
Right.
Right.
It'll be.
By the time you get through them, it'll be time to go do what
It'll
you
be
got.
3 o'clock. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you'll be all right.
Absolutely.
But so today we're doing something a little bit different, right? We're doing a show. I mean, we're doing our show, but we don't have a would you rather today. Today we're going a little bit different, throwing a little bit of a curveball today. And so much of a curve, I don't even have like a little graphic animation for it. So we're just going to just say we winging it. We are winging it. It's not would you rather, but is what would you do? So we have a situation and you give you the situation, we ask what would you do? What would you do in that situation? So Tara is going to bring us to the what would you do? I'm going to sip on my tea in my my Eagles mug. And
Go Birds.
and real quick, I'm sorry before we get a funny story. Y'all had to be there, but a funny story. I'm I'm at the schools doing videos and taking pictures and stuff like that. And I got a classroom of kids walking by, and they're walking by it, and I'm down there with them. They just walking by. That's the video, right? Then the last kid comes by, walks right up to the camera and goes, "Go Birds."
That's cute. That's cute. Oh,
he was raised well.
He was. He comes from a good home. Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's raised well. He's only in kindergarten too, so he's raised
well. Oh yeah. Smart kid.
But go ahead, Tara. We have a what would you do? And I'm excited. Let's go.
Okay, y'all ready? Okay, here's the scenario. 2 people in a friends group used to date, but their relationship ended years ago. They've both moved on. Now one is in a committed relationship with someone new. The other is dating someone else. One day, they both unexpectedly run into each other. They express interest in reconnecting. One partner feels uncomfortable with their significant other talking to an ex, while the other sees no issue with it and encourages reconnecting. This leads to a debate within the group about boundaries, trust, and personal comfort in relationships. So here's the what would you do? Should someone avoid their ex out of respect for their current relationship? That's 1. 2, where's the line between respecting your partner's feelings and controlling who they interact with? Justin, you want to go first?
Sure, why not? I'll go first. The first one, it was said, should someone avoid their ex out of respect for their current relationship? When you say avoid, like that word right there, avoid, that's like saying like I know where they're going to be. I'm going to make sure I'm not there. Like I know they go to play bingo every Thursday night. I'm gonna make sure I'm not at bingo. No, you still got to enjoy, your life. But I wouldn't be out there seeking not a rekindling, but a reconnection. I think that's weird. Like I wouldn't say to Tyra, like you need to avoid that person. But I would be like, yo, what y'all need to like really reconnect for?
But they're part of a friends group.
Yeah, I think reconnect may have
Yeah, I
been
forgot about that.
I forgot
I
about
forgot
the
about
wrong
the friends
word.
group.
I think reconnect may be the wrong word because reconnect makes you think that they want to
Rekindle.
right,
Right.
but they just want to be cordial, probably. You dig what I'm saying? Just be friends with each other like everybody else in the friends group.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. The friends group. If it's a friends group, that's kind of unavoidable.
I think so.
That's
And
kinda unavoidable.
the other thing that it made me question is if they are part of a friends group, why does it seem like it was such a long time before they saw each other after they broke up?
Right.
Maybe they were both avoiding like group
Yeah,
friend
that's possible.
because of the breakup, and maybe they're both in relationships now,
And
and
one's
so
committed.
the friends are trying to hook up again, and maybe they just want to hang out with the group. But
Right.
I think it depends on the dynamic of the breakup, the dynamic of both relationships. It requires communication.
And you know what?
Lots of communication.
The friend group may not be a friend group anymore.
Maybe.
Like that relationship and breakup could have really kind of broke up the friend
Yeah,
group.
good at.
That could.
But my thing is, either you trust or you don't.
So the question is, so what would each of you do if you were in this situation?
Oh, like I told you before, like you can't make somebody not be friends with somebody.
Right.
You gonna drive yourself crazy. Who you talking to? Where you going?
Yeah, so I think that would be more like if I reconnected with somebody, that would be your perspective, not right? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, if you reconnected, like you was like, oh, I was in the Wawa and I ran into, and we exchanged numbers. Oh, all right. What I'm supposed to say?
Yeah, there's nothing you can say.
It's already done.
It's done. It's a done deal, right? So then the next question to you guys is, where's the line between respecting your partner's feelings and controlling, I don't like that word, who they interact with?
Well, that's what it is. If you go to somebody, you can't talk to her. You're controlling who they interact with.
Yeah. I can't imagine being in a relationship like that where you have to ask someone or you
Yeah,
feel like you have to ask
that
someone,
is weird.
can you talk
Yeah.
to? I'm a full grown adult. Like that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, so the person who doesn't have the trust is their issue.
That's exactly.
It's something in their life that caused them to have this trust issue.
Yeah, you have to have trust in the person that you're with. You have to have that. You got to have it anyway, but you got to have that to be able to allow that to happen and you not have a problem with it.
Right.
Not everybody has that. Not everybody is capable of that.
Right. But this is the funny part. So because I guess there's no trust, that person doesn't want them to, see their ex. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you trust that they will honor your your request?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
So
once
you
you
mean
start down
like,
this trust line,
oh, they don't like that I talk to you, so I'm going to talk to you and not
Absolutely.
tell them.
absolutely. And now it's an opportunity to break trust from now on. Because every time you get a text message, that's breaking trust. Every time you talk to the person, that's breaking trust. You just need to say, listen, we're just friends. Like, what is your issue?
Mhm.
And if you don't understand that, then maybe you need to go talk to somebody.
Okay. That's fair. Tyra, Justin, anything else you want to add to that?
No, like I said, it just takes a lot of communication. Like it just got to be communicated. Like, and then I think it also depends on what that like. Is that the ex-fiance? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if y'all was just dating for a little while and then y'all went y'all separate ways, but if y'all had a whole full-fledged, like y'all was a fiance, you know what I mean? Y'all was engaged.
None of that still matters.
I'm not saying it matters, but the context of the previous relationship does matter.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it does.
I think if it were me and Goose came to me and said I met,
I understand what you're saying, but you still can't control a person.
no,
No,
No
you
matter
can't
what the
control
context of the previous
it.
relationship was. Right.
That's why I said the communication needs to be there. Because if that's that person's ex-fiance, you see what I'm saying? And y'all was about to get married or pursuing whatever it is, you just need to communicate and be open about your communication. That's what I think. It just takes communication. The problem is when the communication stops or when you shut communication.
I don't think I would mind if Goose reconnected with like an old friend. That wouldn't bother me. Would that bother you?
I wouldn't mind.
We've been married for 25 years, so
not quite, but close.
That's 25 years removed from a person.
Right.
Like what's really there left?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 25 years to go find this person.
Exactly.
If you wanted to do something.
I bumped into him at the Wawa.
Right. You can run into him at the store. Like I said, communication is key. Communication.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, but you got to be open too. Ain't no point in communicating if the other person ain't trying to hear nothing you saying.
Absolutely.
Communicating
That's why
and
people don't talk.
Right.
On both ends.
Because I tell you something and it fall on deaf ears, guess what? I'm not telling you anything else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well,
there you have it.
And like we said, y'all can put y'all comments in the comment box as y'all have done. Earlier, of course, Miguel said it depends on the history. If the trust isn't solid in the current relationship, it may affect the comfortability. And then Sheena said communication, boundaries, and respect are keys in this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I like boundaries. I didn't say boundaries, but I agree with that. Boundaries.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to the next portion of the show. And most of y'all know what portion of the show that is because y'all are fans of the show. It's the portion of the show that we where we go and we read your letters and your emails, your text messages, direct messages, and whatever else they call them and all like that. And we give you our unprofessional, professional opinions on them, which is usually the best advice you're going to get. And at the end of the day, by the time it's all said and done, Tara tells them what?
Good luck.
And then we move on.
Absolutely.
So I believe Goose is reading the first one. So Goose,
that'd be me. Dear 10-7, I'm a gay man living in a predominantly straight community. About a year ago, a married couple moved in. One day, the husband asked me to come over and help him put a table together, which I did. He thanked me by opening a bottle of wine. Then he asked me what turns me on. I thought the question was unusual, but I didn't hold back. I showed him. Ooh.
What?
We've had more encounters since then.
Package.
And now I'm feeling used and thinking about telling his wife. I think she deserves to know her husband might be gay. What? And sleeping with other men. He used some gay lingo that makes me think I may not be the only one.
Well, Miguel said, "Uh-oh," and excuse me. No, Sheena.
Wait, what'd she say?
She said, "Oh, sugar honey iced tea."
First of all,
yes. What advice do we have?
Why did you mess around with that person's husband? Like you, as soon as listen,
time and opportunity.
That was a setup. Yeah, that was a setup from the jump. And
he knew.
Open the bottle first of all.
You both knew what it was about.
Like that on the humbug. Like, you want some wine? After we put this IKEA table together?
No man ever goes up to his homie like, what turns you on?
Ever.
No, absolutely not.
Because I really don't give a damn.
Yeah, no,
No
yeah.
straight man. Like that's not a conversation.
It would never be
they about
none
to
of
have.
my interests at all.
No.
I don't care if they're best friends. And it's like and if he like a certain woman or a certain kind of way, the best friend is going to know without asking.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, he set you up and you fell for it. I think you knew. Well, I feel like y'all all knew what the deal was.
Absolutely, they did. It was just a matter of time. They probably been eyeballing each other across the lawn.
And if the boy was the way you say, his wife probably know, or at least suspect.
If I were you, I would not tell her, mind your business. Mind your business. You gonna be on Fear Thy Neighbor, sir. Just don't even
Mind your business. That's all. Just
mind your business. You did what you did. You better get right with God.
I mean, because you did admit that you were in your feelings.
Yeah.
And that's why you want to tell her.
Exactly, because you like the husband.
You was like, I'm feeling used. Oh, now you go on there. Now you want to parade.
Right.
You watch down through the signs talking about this boy.
No.
Yo,
you're being
that's a wild
messy.
question. Like that's just a wild question for a guy to just ask. I mean, obviously, there's different circumstances.
Like, your homie ask you what turn you on, you like, yo, fuck you.
What? Hold on, pause.
Hey, for what?
Absolutely.
That is a pause conversation.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes.
Like even my girlfriends wouldn't ask me that.
No, I can't imagine that any of my girlfriends would ask me that either.
Diddy.
No, Diddy. No, Diddy.
That's what I should have said. What turns you on, Diddy?
I think you should mind your business on this one. You did what you did. Get right with the Lord, because just leave it alone.
Yeah, because you being malicious.
Yeah, just
you just not
alone.
like you're not like you care about the wife's feeling or
clearly
her
you
health,
don't.
any of that thing like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
You just like, no,
he
did me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You up there snapping your fingers and stuff.
I don't know if they own their homes, but people have to live here, and you're about to create a whole messy living environment. Like it's not like people can just get up and be out. I mean, I don't know what everybody's financial situation is, but y'all live near each other.
Yeah,
like it's about to be a whole mess.
Yes, and then all the other neighbors are gonna find out. Just leave it alone. What?
Mm-hmm. And right, she might be down with that. She might be okay with it.
She might be, but in that case, if that's the case and they want to throuple, then let them come to you, and then you can make that decision. I wouldn't go telling. Don't run, tell that. Don't do that. Leave it alone.
You get your feelings hurt.
Yep. Even more. Yep. Well, good luck.
Yep. Good luck. Stop being messy.
All right, well, we're gonna move on to the next one, and Tyra has the next one. And are you? Does that work for you right there?
Yes, thank you. Oh, he's helping me out. All right, here we go. Dear 10-7, my friend Sindra has 2 children. Both are homeschooled and not able to do many things on their own. Sindra and I have very different views and philosophies on raising children. My children are about the same age as her kids. Since her kids were babies, she has allowed her daughter and son to co-sleep with her and her husband. Sindra's daughter is now 11. Absolutely. And her son is 9. The girl has started puberty, and it seems inappropriate for kids to still be co-sleeping with their parents at this age. I care for her kids, and I'm concerned about their well-being. Should I confront Sindra about this, or would I cross the line by doing so?
Mind your business.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Unless that child came to you and told you something to the effect where you have to report it to the police, then you need to mind your business.
All you telling us is that they continue to co-sleep. That's all.
Right.
That's all you're telling us. You're not telling us about any abuse. You're not telling us about any neglect. You're not telling us about anything.
Right. We don't know what the home situation is. Maybe something wrong with the road. I don't know. Maybe the child may have a learning disability or be delayed.
Or separation anxiety or something like that.
It could be a number of things. It doesn't necessarily mean it's negative. It just makes you uncomfortable. But if you don't have any proof, any signs, then you need to just be a support. If you feel like if your spidey senses are tingling about it, continue to be a support. So that way, if something is happening, the children can feel comfortable to open up to you when the time is right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's wonderful advice, Tyra. I don't have anything else to add, do you?
I would say the next time you feel as though you want to share this, whether it's through social media like you did, or you call your local child welfare agency, have some details if you really want to get something done. If you really want to make a difference, have some details. You just can't say these kids can't do anything on their own. They're 11 and 9. What are they supposed to do?
Right, and she didn't give no examples. Like what?
That's what I'm saying. And then she jumped to, oh yeah, they sleep in the bed with their parents. Oh, come on.
You
So?
mind your business.
So what? Like, yo, our kid is 20. He don't sleep with us, but he definitely gets in our bed because your parents' bed is the comfiest bed. Like, come on.
Right.
Not according to our kid.
Oh, really?
She thinks our bed is what? Like a brick.
No. Oh, I love my nectar.
She has one too.
What you talking about?
Exactly.
Girl, she's tripping.
Yeah.
Still put in it, right? Yep. Get crawl right in it, right in between both. She be right there.
I bet.
Yeah. Mind your business.
Yeah. Yeah. Do that. Mind your business. All righty then. Good luck. I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck. Miguel says she sounds like she's looking through her bushes and has like 12 cameras.
Shoot. Why don't you worry about what's going on with your kid?
No,
Do
but
that.
you know what it is. It's the new American way.
What?
If you don't think like me, then you're wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right. Well, here we go. On to the next one. On to the next one. Here we go. Dear 10-7, my close friend Kay and I got engaged just a few months apart. As soon as I started planning my wedding, I asked her to be a bridesmaid. Months later, she told me I wasn't invited to her wedding because it was family only. I wasn't angry, just a little disappointed, but I understood since she had always said it would be small. However, I later found out that she did invite a few mutual friends. This stung even more because I had designed her wedding invitations. Damn, this already sounds messed up.
Yeah.
I designed her wedding invitations thinking we were still close as ever. When I asked her about it, she said it was a tough decision and that inviting me would mean inviting my fiance and other friends' partners, which would be too much. Now I'm second guessing our friendship. I never took it as a sign that we weren't friends, just that she wasn't keeping it small. But knowing she made room for others makes me wonder if I misread things. Would it be weird to still have her as a bridesmaid? Am I overthinking this? If you want her to be a bridesmaid, I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, I mean, that's how you feel about her. She may not feel the same way about you that you thought.
I think
don't know how deep you are into the planning.
Do you want her as a bridesmaid?
Right, like that's the first
As
thing.
your bridesmaid. I think you should definitely remove her from the list.
You looking for somebody to make you. You look for somebody to say it's okay for you to say that she can't be a bridesmaid.
And I agree.
You want somebody to condone the negative portion of this.
Why couldn't
your
she
pettiness.
just say, girl, I can't afford all these people, or I'm trying to keep it small. I want you to come. I want you to be there. But is it okay if you leave your fiance at home?
Or you could invite to the service and not the reception.
Or you could also say, it's not in my budget. I would love for him to come, but is it okay if you pay for his plate? Like there are other avenues that you could have taken. Leave that chick alone. She's not your friend.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I don't think it's petty for her to remove her as a bridesmaid. Because that right there, that means for you to design somebody's wedding invitation, y'all done sat and talked. Who knows whatever plans? Man. This chick is a snake in my eyes, and I would definitely take her out the wedding.
Absolutely, let her go. Your relationship has run its course.
Unless you just want to raise the level of petty and invite her to your June, and in the speech be like, yeah, you know, my good girlfriend got married last week. I'm glad that she was able to come to my wedding,
even though I wasn't able to
participate in mine. You know, I'm glad we are blessed to have everyone that we want at our wedding. We can afford that.
No one feels slighted.
I'm so for that answer of everybody else's answer.
I knew you would be for that.
Oh yeah, I'm so for that.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that. Absolutely. Do that. You should do that.
I mean, because what Michelle Obama say, when they go low, we go high. I'm going real high. Come on, you welcome.
Nah, I said because I could just see, to design it. Like I said, that right there
is a labor of love.
It's a labor of love, and I don't like it. I'm not, and like, because she knew, like, she had to know at some point that you were not going to be in this wedding.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't trust her with a 10-foot pole. She would have to go.
Because this is the other thing. She could have sent the invitation with just one person on there. And then, like y'all said, just called and be like, look, we can't afford for your fiance, but we still want you to be there.
Yeah.
Right. And so many other avenues that could have been taken. But
yeah.
No, I think you need to remove her. Because who knows what other, you know what I mean? She might drop out at the last minute. People do that.
And people do that. And we all know, we've all had weddings. We all know everybody that claims to be your friend is not your friend. And people that you would think would be happy for you and would want to be involved
are not.
Disappear. I mean, I had two people drop out on me, never said a word. It's 24 years later. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. Are they going to be at my wedding? 24 years later.
I say you just go ahead. It happens with every wedding. Weddings and funerals, boy. You find out.
Yeah.
How people really feel.
Exactly right, Sheena. That's exactly what happened, Sheena.
Absolutely. You know what you know what else you could have did? Just showed up. Made her to ask you to leave.
Especially if it's at a church. If it's at a church, it's a church. You can't get thrown out of a church.
I just went like, hey, girl. I made it.
I'm here. Says my fiance.
No, I would have been like, no, that's okay. You know, I'm making some adjustments. I'm downsizing my party. I'm doing some downsizing.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, you might as well be like, no, you ain't want me at yours, so I don't want you at mine. Just be real with it.
True.
Because especially if you're not on plan on being friends with her no more.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
And I don't think, even if she did stay, I don't think the friendship is going to be the same because she hurt already.
Yeah.
She would have to go.
Yeah, well, sincerely, I wish you all the best. Good luck with your wedding and your future marriage. Your friend can kick rocks. Your so-called friend.
Right. That's not your friend.
No. All right.
Yeah, the fiance probably ain't even want to go to the wedding anyway.
Probably not.
Right?
You're like, shit, she did me a favor.
The game was on that day. All right. We're gonna move on. The AITA, y'all know about this part of the show. Tara gets these situations. I don't know where she gets them from. And you know, we agree with the person what they did, or we don't.
Am I the a-hole or not? Okay, y'all ready?
They are. Sometimes they not. Yep.
All right, it's a bit long. So, in a lengthy post on Reddit, that's where I got it from. Am I the a-hole forum? This woman detailed the dilemma, beginning by explaining that her younger sister, Katie, 28, is set to marry her fiance, Chris, 29, and an extravagant 4-day wedding in Dubai in April. There are 70 guests in total attending, and the bride has requested that her sister and parents stay in the same luxe hotel as the couple and their wedding party. The groom and his family also will be staying there. Additionally, she noted the flights will cost nearly $4,000. That's US dollars. The original poster described Katie and Chris as being well off. I don't know what that means. The bride-to-be recently asked her family to loan the couple $17,000, claiming the wedding venue had increased its rate. She stressed it would be a loan paid over time. She wrote, I offered to loan $7,000 and my parents the other $10,000. However, the original poster later discovered that the $17,000 was not actually for the venue, but instead to cover the groom's family's travel expenses. They saw how much it was going to be, didn't want to pay, and refused to go otherwise, she wrote. When the OP asked her sister why the couple was paying for Chris's family's cost, but not her own family's, she replied, because they can afford it. She got very defensive and said it was the fairest way she could think of doing it. It's hard enough planning a wedding, etc. But when I asked if she genuinely thought this was the fairest way to do it, why did she lie about the $17,000 and say it was for a venue issue? The bride couldn't answer. While the OP said her parents were disappointed that their daughter lied about the money, they still plan to attend the wedding. But I have backed out, she wrote. Katie and Chris keep calling and asking me to attend, saying I'm making them feel bad and ruining their day. But the whole thing just feels icky to me. She concluded her post by asking, am I being the a-hole here? Should I just suck it up and go? You are not the a-hole.
No, she is. I ain't got that money.
Yeah, you're not the a-hole. But I may have missed something in this situation. So help me out, y'all.
Okay.
Her and her parents loaned her the money. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen. I'm going to that wedding. I didn't put up 1,700
for other people to go.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be at that wedding.
Yeah.
I put it this way: I'll be going to Dubai. I might not be going to the wedding.
There it is.
and what gave me pause is Katie and Chris, according to the sister, according to her post, are well off, right? So, Chris, do your family a solid. You pay for them to go if you're well off. No. Like, why are you borrowing money from your future in-laws to pay for your parents? Aren't your parents embarrassed by that?
Because it sounds like Katie may be well off. And Chris along for the ride. Yeah. And his parents ain't got no money either.
So then on the other side of that, Katie and Chris have something smaller here
Katie
for your
and
parents.
Chris, do what you want to do. See, because the parents didn't say that they couldn't afford it. They said they don't want to pay for it. Yeah. So you don't want to go. That's how it goes.
That's fair.
If you want to go somewhere, you pay for it.
But at the end of the day, you are not the a-hole, young lady.
Nah,
not at all.
Miguel said they better move the venue to Dubai's Beef and Ribs Conference Center.
Oh no! Wait, do they eat beef there? That country? They don't eat pork. Okay, never mind. I had a train derailment in my head. Sorry.
All right. Sometimes we just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. So yeah, that no, you're not the a-hole for that, but
no,
I hope
absolutely not.
$1,700 worth. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I hope you get the money back.
And you know what? I'd have been. You know what?
No, Justin, 17,000, not 100,000.
I'd have went to that wedding, and I'd have been sitting there when she opened them cards. You gonna give me my money?
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Run it.
Yep.
Y'all doing a dollar dance?
Right.
Well, give it to me.
Right. As a matter of fact, I'll hold the card box.
I'm gonna be sitting next to that bird cage all night long.
You said you.
Oh man!
All right.
Well, we're gonna get move right along.
Listen, you don't give me my money when we go outside, I'm gonna snatch the cover off your head.
Oh, you know what?
Keep playing with me. Give me my money.
You better stop.
we gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the topic of the day. And if you have received or saw in the advertisement of today's show, you know we're talking about prioritizing love or your career. All right, and you know a lot of our audience might be able to use this, but I know a lot more of our younger viewers. You know, we have some younger viewers at times that could also use some of this advice or some of this eye-opening. I'm gonna call it eye-opening because it's not really advice. It's a situation that people often get into and probably just don't know how to navigate it. So what it is prioritizing love or career, right? While self-development is important before committing to a relationship, it doesn't mean that you should put your love life on hold for years while pursuing your career. Mm-hmm. It's always a great idea to finish your education or get your business started before you have anything that can take your attention, but it's not written in stone that you should have that this should always be the case, right? So let's talk about some ways that we can possibly navigate a love life and a career life. And one of those things is setting priorities. All right, setting priorities between love and career is essential for plenty of reasons. But one in particular is that it can help individuals maintain a healthy work-life balance, ensuring that neither aspect of life overwhelms the other. Okay, by finding a balance regarding, excuse me, choosing between love and career, one can build a resilient foundation that for both that are rewarding career-wise and in your personal life. All right. So that's what we kind of want to move towards. We want to move towards a rewarding career life and personal life without having to say, I got to put this in front of that. I got to put that in front of this.
Right. Yeah. But that's technically the definition of work-life balance. You dig what I'm saying? Where neither one of those things interferes with the other.
And a lot of people will say like work-life balance doesn't really exist.
That's a relatively new term. That just born out of the pandemic.
Right. Well, like within the past 10 years, kind of you've heard a lot more.
Heard that before. Yeah,
Well, it's been around for a while.
You're saying I don't know. I had never heard that before. What was that?
It became like a buzzword buzz phrase throughout the last 10 years or so. Kind of when you were even before the pandemic, because when you were able to kind of work from home, people started talking about work-life balance as, you know, companies giving you laptops. When my job was giving me a laptop before the pandemic, they were talking about a work-life balance.
I never heard that term before.
Wasn't a popular term for a while, but it became one, kind of like cancel culture. So
it's trendy.
Right now, we'll see what the next decade will bring us.
Right, because it used to be trendy. There used to be like leave your home life at home when you go to work. That used to be a big trend, like not taking your home problems into work. But now,
I think it's more the attitude that they didn't want you to bring in. The attitude that those problems caused.
Not even that, but like somebody come to work crying because they broke up with their boyfriend or something like that. But now that we have this remote work, life and work are so deeply intertwined. It's so deeply intertwined. And if you don't learn how to balance, you'll definitely you're going to lag in one of those areas.
Do you think that's more important for people who have young kids though, or just across the board?
I think it's important across the board. But more important for those who have children, especially little kids. Like you got an infant or a toddler at home and you're trying to work, I take my hats off to them because it is not easy. I have been on meetings and seen kid climb on top of the refrigerator to get some snacks because mommy was in a meeting and mommy was like, I get it. And she was like, listen, I'm going to get on this counter and I'm going to climb up there. And I'm on the screen like, she's on the refrigerator. So, but it doesn't bother me. But you do need to, it is harder to balance, though. It is.
Yeah.
You have children at home, or you have competing. Even if you have competing priorities in your mind, it can still be difficult to balance.
That's why you have to learn to mentally separate those things, and segregate the work thoughts from the personal thoughts.
That could be hard, though.
Well, that's actually part of this list that I have here for you. It's actually towards the bottom of the list. Not that any things on this list are this is the most important. It's just 10 things, 10 ways to set priorities when it comes to your love and career. And one of the first things is define what success means to you. So before you can, I guess, really determine what your love life and career life should be like, if you want to be successful, you have to know what you're going after prior to maybe getting into a relationship, whether the success is love-based, personal-based, or career-based. Which one of those would be success with you? And I think about this a long time ago. Tyra asked me, she was reading something, and that's always dangerous for me. And she said that what is success to me? Like being married. Remember she was saying that being married to some people is successful, but I didn't see it that way.
So it was talking about it was really like a racial thing. And in certain cultures, marriage is not pushed as a type of success. Certain cultures don't see marriage as a type of success, and some cultures, like, that's a part of their success.
Yes.
College, you're gonna marry,
specifically go to college to find a husband.
right? It's all layered together in a lot of other cultures, but in certain cultures, marriage is not pushed as a part of the whole successfulness of your life.
Yeah, I can see that.
I never saw that. I never saw marriage as being successful.
But in other communities, they
other
drill
communities,
that
that's what they talk about.
Men
But for
and
me,
women.
I never, like, I always felt like if I'm not married, I can still be successful. But in other
But you looked at it like, I'm successful if my career is what I want it to be.
You
Probably-
took your
I probably
success
more-
and
So-
compartmentalized it.
right.
I look at it as this: I have a successful marriage. My marriage doesn't make me successful.
Exactly. Marriage was never a goal.
Yeah.
Marriage was one of the things that happened in life that you decide to do because you find that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. I feel like the people that try to do it are the ones that's always struggling to do it. And people, a woman might say, I'm looking for a man. A man might say, I'm looking for a woman. Why? I always say, stop looking.
That's what I say.
Stop looking. That's exactly right. Don't look.
Live your life and let it happen.
Let it happen organically.
Yeah, let it happen. Stop looking.
Yeah.
Because when you looking, you never mind. That's a whole other thing. But anyway, number
That's
2 on
when
this
you're
list.
feeling when you're looking.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you get into a relationship or you meet somebody, it doesn't work because you're trying to push something that's not naturally there. You're trying to make a situation. You're trying to make a relationship.
So number 2 on this list, communicate your goals and needs. All right. So here's what the footnote we have here. Romantic relationships influence career goal attainment. Using transitive goal dynamic theory, if you found that relationship closeness helps achieve career goals by pooling resources and sharing career objectives. However, goal conflict within the relationship can hinder that effect, while goal facilitation does not impact it. So basically what that's saying is you may both have goals, or you may both be able to pull yourself together and attain one of the goals or something like that. But understand that if you both have goals and you're doing these things, somebody's goal could suffer. But if you facilitate what you're doing, you can both hopefully attain your goal, attain your success at a time that is within your goal.
So
I never remember setting
the only time I could see each person having opposing goals being an issue is if you have kids, because now you need somebody to be with the kids when they're not in school or whatever. But if this just you and her, yeah, you want to go to night school, go to night school. I want to go to day school, I'm going to day school.
Yeah.
It don't matter to me. You do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. You know why? Because your happiness is not based on my actions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is true. Like, once you have children, y'all have to do a lot more communicating and you may have to adjust your goal timeline. They will. Children will
do that all the time.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with it.
Almost.
Absolutely. I was planning on graduating from college in 1996 and wound up doing it in 2014.
Because life got in the way.
Yeah, life happens. And yeah.
Yeah.
All right, number 3 on this list: prioritize based on long-term goals. So basically, I'm gonna try to make this quick. Know what your long-term goals are and set your navigation according to that. All right, consider your long-term goals of objectives for both your love and career. Okay, which actions will help you reach these goals? Sometimes you might prioritize a career opportunity if it brings you closer to long-term professional fulfillment. Other times, supporting your partner or focusing on your relationship might be harder or beneficial. Might be more beneficial for you for your long-term personal happiness. Deciding based on long-term outcomes can provide clarity when love versus career decisions are particularly rough or tough. Number 4 would be schedule quality time diligently. All right. And I know we've talked about this on the show, like date nights, spending time with each other, having conversations, just some of the little things. It doesn't always have to be about work. It doesn't always have to be about the kids. It doesn't always have to be about bills. Sometimes just having conversation, being silly, rubbing feet. I don't know. Sometimes those things, they go a long way.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So you guys have one kid. We have one kid. I feel like we've done all this. We've been successful in our careers. We've gotten advanced degrees. We've raised a family. We've maintained households. It doesn't feel like it was that hard.
No, see, the problem is sometimes people be in their feelings, and they want attention that the job is getting or that the hobby is getting, stuff like that, and they're now focused on working on themselves. If I'm doing my hobby, you go find you a hobby.
No, I don't mean that. I'm just talking about like prioritize based on long-term goals and then schedule. The last 2 points that Justin touched on, scheduling quality time diligently. I feel like we've done all of this, and it was easy.
It wasn't diligent. It was just like, wait, you want to go to the flea market this weekend?
It didn't feel hard. I mean, I don't.
But it's other people's perspectives too.
I know. I don't get where people say it's hard to find time for I don't understand that. That doesn't go in my head properly. It doesn't compute to me where people say I don't have time for my spouse or that doesn't make sense to me.
I think it's that people can be so career driven that in their minds they think that they're, giving their spouse the quality time that they need. But people get like this with careers, especially like scientific careers, for instance, in my field. Like people get like this. They put their blinders on, like I got this report, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You see what I'm saying? And I don't think sometimes it's intentional, but sometimes it's just that drive to wanna get there so bad you don't even realize sometimes that your partner is not getting what they need. And when they say something about it, sometimes you can feel like they're attacking your career aspirations.
Right. But I hear what you're saying, but I would think that sometimes it's not that the partner's not getting what they need. They're not getting the attention in the way that they want it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, you're going to work again? Like, yo, we just went to dinner last night. like, I don't get it. So, like you said, communication. Maybe she needs to be specific. You know what I'm saying? And how she wants to spend that time. But then she also has to be open-minded, because if she makes a suggestion that he don't want to do, then that's a moot point too.
True, but what I'm saying is like every night you on your computer, every single night.
Listen,
you on there
that's
all
what makes me happy.
The wee hours in the morning. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like no, but what I'm saying is
excuse for everything.
So have so much tunnel vision to where you end up ignoring the person that's most important.
I hear that, but the other thing about that is you can't have a life without work.
Absolutely, I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? And some people don't understand that part.
That is true. Some people don't understand that. But at the same time, you need to not be so purpose driven that you can't see, like if that's your spouse, that you can't see that maybe they're lacking. Like you can't even tell that your spouse is depressed because you focused on your goals so much that you didn't even notice it.
But you keep saying your goal. But if you're married, my goal is our goal. You dig what I'm saying? If I'm a millionaire, we a millionaire. That's how it goes.
True. But I'm just saying there are instances where people can become so purpose. It happens all the time.
I mean, I get it.
So purpose driven.
But the other thing about it is, if a person becomes so purpose driven and is ignoring their wife or their husband, then maybe the spouse needs to think about, why am I so easily to ignore? Why is work more interesting than me?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes is not that though. Sometimes it's this is what I want, and I'm going to go get this, and then these people these people then put everything else behind them. Nothing else matters.
Exactly.
But this what I have tunnel vision on right here. I think about like somebody trying to get to Major League Baseball, and I use Major League Baseball because there's so many levels of professional baseball. And a lot of people don't know that. Let's say you play college ball, and then like if you're in the NFL, you play college football, you go to the NFL. But for baseball, it may not be the next. That may not be the next step. So if you want to be this baseball player, and you are driven to be this baseball player, and you know what it's going to take, then as far as this topic is concerned, it may not be a good idea for you to get into a relationship.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you want to be a surgeon, like I would think,
so it's not a good idea to get into a relationship with somebody who's not going to understand that.
I disagree because I've talked to.
Listen, there are people who have long distance relationships that work out fine. They only see each other twice a year.
Right, but that's for their relationship. I've talked to plenty, and I work in the medical field, of doctors who tell me the biggest regret they have is not being able to spend time with their family. Male and female. It was male and female. Like one of the doctors I talked to, she told me she wished she had spent more time with her daughter. You know what I mean? So if you're thinking about those like demanding careers like that, that's something that you need to consider and have a conversation with the person that you get in a relationship with, so that they know that, listen, my career is extremely demanding.
Yeah.
Because I've talked across the board with people in those fields, and that's where, because you have to give so much of yourself sometimes. And it's not even that your spouse isn't important, but all day long, how can I help you? What can I do for you? What do you need? You know what I'm saying? And then you come home and you are completely drained.
Yeah.
Because you had to give and give and give and give of yourself all day long.
Right.
And so certain careers can really like drain you like that. But that's something that, people need to be in conversation and communication with their spouse about. There are certain careers that will drain you like that if you're not careful.
Yeah.
But now we have the whole work-life balance. Now I see it even in my job. Like people are using their PTO, taking their time off. I'm gonna leave that chart right there because this person need a colonoscopy today. I know they're not gonna get an appointment next week, so I'll leave that there. You know what I mean? Things like that. But it's taken also a change and like the management level now. And so I think the work-life balance thing is actually going to be a good thing for a lot of people.
Oh, it definitely will. It definitely will. Yeah. If people can get it. Not all jobs can offer that luxury.
Right.
So, yeah.
There are some extremely physically and mentally draining careers.
Right. I get that. But what I'm saying is, if they enjoy their careers, people are making it seem like that's a bad thing.
No.
If you complaining, to me, that's a bad thing, right?
Not all the time. A complaint doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. I think it's maybe a wrong word. Just like, hey, I think we need to spend a little bit more time together. Babe, won't you take some PTO and let's just go out to the movies or do something like that? I think maybe don't see it as a complaint, because as soon as you kind of mention the word complaint, it puts the situation in a negative connotation, and it may not necessarily be negative.
Justin, did you see that last comment?
Yeah, but I want to move on to the next one. I'm gonna get that one in a little bit. We run out of time here.
Oh, okay.
So one of the next one is evaluate the necessity, because this is kind of what everybody was just talking about. Evaluate the necessity of personal life sacrifice. So there's going to be personal life sacrifice wrapped up in there as well. When you're trying to balance that out. Set boundaries at work. Don't be answering emails in the middle of the night or when you're supposed to be having quality time or something like that. Or look, if it's something that's happening now, it can wait till the morning. Be flexible and adapt. Both sides got to be able to do that. Support each other's ambitions. Got to be able to support each other. That speaks to what we were talking about earlier with the romantic relationship influence.
Right.
Leverage job satisfaction for relationship health. I wanted to say something about this real quick because I just had a conversation with somebody on the phone. And I was talking about how, being happy at your job, being happy at the job for me is very important because I don't want to be miserable all day at work and then have to come home and I just spent 8 hours being miserable. Now I got to come home and try to flip the switch.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
And it's going to affect, it affects your family. So,
Yep.
Your job satisfaction, if you're happy at work, hopefully you can come home and be extremely happy at home as well.
Yeah.
But that switch doesn't have to be flipped.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people deal with that, and it's unfortunate that we all that a lot of people have to deal with that. But I always say, if you could find a way to be happy, get yourself happy at your job, at your workplace, play some games, some mind games with yourself, if that helps.
Right. Some people do themselves in the work to escape their relationship.
Some people do. Absolutely.
They work
do
overtime,
That's
undertime.
terrible.
That's why I say you gotta think about why would he rather or she rather be home, be at work, than be home with you.
Yeah.
Right. The last little tip is utilize resources and help. So we always advocate for getting yourself professional help, maybe professional advice or something like that, or write a Dear 10-7 letter. And we can help you out
write
with
a
that.
Dear 10-7 letter.
Please write it. We had a couple comments that came in throughout the time. Leslie said the couple needs to be aligned in the type of goals, not just goals. If one person's goal is to just have a job and the other person is to have a career, they will never understand why one works more. Okay, like that. Miguel said, I was miserable for 12 years at my last job, and it said it does affect the family life.
Yeah. Yeah.
It can definitely do that. He says a coworker does that. She stays 3 hours after we leave.
That makes no sense to me because I'm gonna tell you what, I don't care who you are or what you do. Go ahead.
No, I just said then he said that. I just put it up there.
Miguel.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was if you listen, these companies don't care about you.
Find someplace else to go. Why
They do not. If you drop dead today or tomorrow, your job is going to be posted on Indeed the next day. So you might as well do your 8 hours and go to hell home if you can. If you're not, a brain surgeon or call for surgery or something like that.
Come on over here and volunteer at New Twist Radio. We will definitely care about you.
Yeah.
And we will wait at least 3 days if something happens to you to post
before we post for a new intern.
Then we got to move on.
That don't make no sense. I'm sorry. What now?
What
is he a millionaire, Miguel? I mean, how much money does this man really have?
No, she said his coworker.
Yeah, but she's been married to him for 40 years. You don't stay with somebody for 40 years unless you're getting some kind of benefit. That makes no sense to me.
Convenience is a huge benefit.
It gotta be
right.
But that's inconvenient.
No, can she just stay at work?
I want to
get some McDonald's on her way home. She ain't even got to talk to Jimmy.
Probably don't.
That's a shame.
Oh Lord.
He owns his own winery. Oh, so she's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
That's why she's staying at work.
He's a millionaire.
Well, I'd stay too.
Yep.
Hey, Miguel, tell her write a Dear 10-7 letter.
Yes.
And tell her send a bottle of wine with it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if she would like to sponsor any of the segments of the show.
And there's a 12-year age difference.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We need a letter for this. My goodness.
Absolutely. Can she come on the show? We need her.
We may have to talk to Miguel behind the scenes about this one.
Right.
Amen.
This one gets more and more interesting.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody have a final twist?
I don't, but I would like to say I'm very happy that the sun set after 6 o'clock today.
Yes.
We sprang forward.
Whoa. I hope this is a joke.
What?
But I'm gonna go ahead and put the comment in there. They met when she was 12.
That's illegal.
He said they met.
And what you think they was doing? Playing hopscotch?
Listen. Listen. Just because they met don't mean anything happened. I've known
Right.
her since I was 12.
She was 12. He's 15 years older than her. Do the math.
Well, he's 12 years older, so he was 24.
That's a problem. What
That's
kind of
a huge
conversation were you guys having?
But you know what? He's a millionaire. So
Here's what
babysitting
what I wonder. Like, I don't know what he did, but like, was he like her 7th grade teacher?
Who knows?
And then after she graduated,
12 years age
he
difference.
was
No,
attractive
no.
and was like, "Oh,
I watched you mature.
let's get some fried chicken and get busy." Or something. You know what I mean?
Let's get some fried chicken. What?
No, that's De La Ghetto. That's poetry by De La
Yeah.
Ghetto. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. What? Wait a minute. Please write a book. Wait.
Oh, so she's
she was
older.
He's older than her, right? Right, Justin? He's older than her.
He taught
He taught him
him English.
English.
Why is a 12-year-old teaching a 24-year-old English? Like, and you got
Wait a minute. We don't know if that's what she was doing when they met. We don't know.
Okay. We don't have
But
time.
she
Right?
was 12, so she clearly wasn't doing much. She's 12. What are you in the 7th grade when you're 12? Playing
I'm
with
what-
dolls? Where was the
Learn how to
attraction?
speak English herself.
Oh, because it's English.
Yeah.
Oh, so she spoke English. He didn't. So she just taught him English.
Yeah.
He said because it's Italy. So they were
They're
were
from
they?
Italy.
I don't know. We're gonna have to
Yeah,
talk about
Paul.
this later. We gotta talk about this later.
Miguel, we're gonna talk to Miguel offline.
We
Come
lost
on,
the translation for us over
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to figure this one out. I want to hear about this.
Absolutely. I need the
Make
backstory.
sure you check Miguel and I out on the on Tuesday nights for the Check Swing podcast. Goose checks us out. He has a good time checking us out. We had a good time last week, man. Go back and check out the last show. We had a good time. I learned something about when guys get dunked on in real life. I've never had the pleasure of dunking on anybody.
There's a
But I
final
learned
twist
something
in
about
the
when guys get
thing.
Say what, Tara?
Miguel has a final twist.
Oh, he does? Okay, let's see what. Oh, Lord,
Say.
I'm scared. Let me see. Oh, Lord.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
Please put it up. Okay.
The Mexican word of the day is menu. On their first date, Juan asked Maria, "Do I know any of the men?"
Menu dated. Miguel, go to bed. You tired. Miguel's giddy.
Right?
Yeah, I think he got a book, and I think he just watches the show just so he can put that at the end of the show.
Yeah.
All right, we gonna get up out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here
Yeah.
on the 10-7 show with Tara, Tyra, Goose, and myself. We're gonna get up out of here. We'll talk to y'all next Sunday here, same place. Make sure you check us out. Be cool, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace. Be kind, people.